So cortisol is our main stress hormone. It's released by our adrenal glands, and it's triggered when we move into a state of fight or flight. Naturally, through the day, it's highest in the morning, and then it settles through the day, allowing us to rest and digest at night. When we are triggered, when something happens to us that puts us into fight or flight through the day, which can happen multiple times, this can release cortisol, which sharpens our focus, gets us in that fight or flight mode. It shuts things off like digestion, it shuts things off like your immune system, which is all fine for short periods of time. But if it's left unchecked, then obviously that's not good, because you're actually suppressing your immune system. You lead into inflammatory conditions. It's going to lead to digestive issues. It's going to lead to all these sort of issues related to chronic stress. When we talk about cortisol, we're really talking about the sympathetic side of the nervous system. We're talking about fight or flight. Now, like I say, in its place, that's absolutely fine. But when we get stuck there, that's when it becomes a problem. So the best way to combat this is to learn to actively move into rest and digest at will. By moving into rest and digest, you're going to be able to digest your food, which means you're going to be able to get more nutrients out of the food, which means it will then benefit your health and benefit your body. By moving into the parasympathetic side of the nervous system, rest and digest, you're going to naturally bolster your immune system and reduce inflammation. It's going to be better for blood sugar regulation. Every time we get a cortisol spike, every time we move into fight or flight, we get a dump of glucose. Our body's saying, right, we've got to do something, we've got to act here. So it dumps glucose so you can then bounce about and do what you need to do. Obviously, if you're stuck in that cycle, you're not digesting your food properly, you've got chronic inflammation, you're constantly releasing glucose, constantly getting glucose spikes, you're just not good for your body. And all of this leads to a place where your mood's dysregulated, you feel chronically fried, you feel burnt out, and then you can't sleep. So when you're supposed to be resting, you can't rest because your body's flooded with cortisol, and you just can't move into that rest and digest state of being. Now, if you go and see a doctor, if you go and see a medic, chances are they're going to prescribe you either a beta blocker, just going to slow your heart rate down, suppressing the symptoms of this, or they're going to prescribe you something like an SSRI, selective serotonin receptor inhibitor, which is going to flatten your mood out a bit. They both work, they both do what they say on the tin, but again, this is symptom management. It's not really dealing with the underlying cause of chronic stress, chronic sympathetic nervous system activation. Chronic sympathetic nervous system activation can be managed with your lifestyle by eating the right foods. So you're getting your insulin balance, you're not giving it foods that's going to spike your insulin again and again and again. That's going to lead to better management. If you get your diet under control, that's going to lead to better management of inflammation throughout the body, better insulin sensitivity, and better digestion of your food. Once you've got that dialed in, you're going to find that you're sleeping better. You're going to be able to relax more. You're going to be able, your immune system will begin to function in a better, more holistic way as well. So although the allopathic modes of medicating these conditions do work for some people, it's symptom control. It's not dealing with the underlying cause. The underlying cause can be dealt with by breath work, it can be dealt with by mindfulness meditation, it can be dealt with by correct diet, exercise, connection to community. If none of those things are working, then therapy can be very, very beneficial to unpick the underlying traumas and triggers that are causing you to go into fight or flight, that are causing these cortisol spikes. So cortisol gets a bad rap. Everyone's into biohacking these days, and it must be this hormonal imbalance. In some cases, yes, there are hormonal imbalances that can drive this, but in most cases, effective stress management is going to lead to a reduction in cortisol, which is going to move you into the parasympathetic side of your nervous system, which means you can then begin to heal, recover, and let your body do what it's supposed to do. Hopefully this has been helpful, a quick rundown of cortisol, stress, and relaxation, and why it's important. I'm Daniel Wellard of Breath Behaviour Belief. I'll see you next time.